Okay.
But the one that it's really big.
The 5 is really big. Is that what you're saying? The 5 is really big?
It isn't even a 5, it's a 3, but it's big.
You
Really,
sure?
it's big. It really is big. I
Okay.
don't know where the shirt, but anyway,
Okay.
get it. And I believe you're okay.
Okay. All right. I'll come get them today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come get them today.
Okay,
All
I'm ready to
right.
record.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Welcome, 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 everyone. Woo! My name is LaKeisha LaGrande, aka Madam Finance. It is Wednesday, August the 14th, 2024. We're in the mid of the week. How is it going, everyone? Are we doing with our successes in the routine challenge? Anybody got any exciting things going? Anybody been making any accomplishments? I see you, Queen of Duna. You working on the what is it, Hug Detroit?
A Detroit Day. And I joined the now site.
Okay.
And so I have been posting really easy, real easy. I like that program with Uzama.
Awesome. Okay.
I really like that program. You know, it's real simple. They have this thing where it just says surprise me, and then it just creates something, and then you can add a picture, you know, it writes it all out and you post it, Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
Then, you know, it'll change it around and stuff for each one of them. Not the words, but it'll put it on the top or the bottom, and then you put your picture in there, and bam, it's done. It's done. So I can get a good grade from Danielle.
From Danielle.
Every time she don't have to hit me on my head. Though she did say, you know, because I was cutting pasting on the hashtags, and so she said, good job. She said, but hashtags need to be based on you know, the topic. Okay. But yeah, really excited about that. Created a bit, my husband and our business card, created that. And I know that the next thing I need to do is the one where it's on your computer, you know, your business cards on your computer. Yeah.
Okay.
That, but
the digital card? Are you speaking of the digital card?
Yeah, the digital card. Yeah.
Okay.
But otherwise, the routine is going good, you know.
Awesome. That is awesome.
It is. It is.
Well, today I will complete my digital marketing course. I have just one more assignment before I'll be completed it. I'm so proud about that. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Now that is exciting. That is so cool. All right. Well, you know, I love to start the day off with a success story. This one is a tongue twister, so y'all bear with me on this one.
Okay.
Okay. Today's success story is Soichiro Honda. Didn't have much growing up. His family was very poor. Soichiro Honda was not interested in traditional education. His school handed grade reports to the children, but required that they be returned stamped with the family seal to make sure that the parent had seen it. Soichiro Honda created a stamp of his own to forge his family seal out of a used rubber bicycle pedal cover because of his failing grades in every class. Honda dropped out of school and at age 15, without any formal education, Honda left home to look for work. He obtained an apprenticeship at a garage in 1922, and he stayed there for 6 years working as a car mechanic. He made his job his classroom and saved all his money to start his own auto repair business. His first business didn't see any success, but Honda didn't quit. He was able to secure a deal selling piston rings to Toyota, and he started to see mild success. But then a tragedy struck. A US B-29 bomber destroyed his business. But that didn't stop Honda. He went into his shop after the bomb hit, took everything he could find that was salvageable and sold it. He then used the money to design a motorized bike. He continued to perfect the bike until Honda Motor Company became a top-selling motorcycle brand in the world. Soichiro Honda turned his company into a multi-billion-dollar company. Honda's engineering and marketing skills resulted to Honda motorcycles outselling Triumph and Harley Davidson in their respective home markets. Soichiro Honda continued to add top quality products to the Honda Corporation. They are now world leaders in automobiles, commercial vehicles, luxury vehicles, scooters, electric generators, water pumps, lawn and garden equipment, tillers, outboard motors, robotics, jet aircrafts, and jet engines. As a result of Soichiro Honda never giving up on his dreams, Honda has revenue of over 14.6 trillion, not billion, trillion dollars per year, and currently employs over 208,399 people. The Honda Corporation has given hundreds of millions of dollars to aid the disadvantaged and those in need all over the world. I declare that everyone on this and part of Elizabeth and it's on the show is a success story in Jesus' name.
I agree.
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
And,
I second that.
Amen.
This story right here reminded me of, my mentor, Mr. Cartwright. So, sometimes he would encourage that people not, don't make them feel bad because they have a job. It's okay to have a job, but when you have that job, he would stress, use that job as a classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to what the job is doing. Volunteer, do some extra and pay attention to how this being serviced, how the business is being operated, and use into a classroom. Because a lot of times successful businesses come out from a business that they saw where they could perfect it and make things better. So use it as a classroom. And I've always remembered that. And so I've always done that. And along with my other mentor who call it TWIT, teach what I teach. So every class, every program, every workshop, everything that I have done, I can use it. Teach what I teach. If I'm using it, he could teach it, I could teach it too. So and that's how a lot of my courses and classes that I'm working on is being evolved. It's because teach what I teach. So if I found it valuable, I found it inspirational, I found it useful, then it would be useful for other people as well. And if I pay for the course and class, guess what? Other people would do it as well. Mm-hmm. So I really like that. And another thing that came out of this, also, he used to always say, if you haven't lost a whole lot of money and made a whole lot of mistakes, then you haven't done nothing. You ain't did nothing. So good. If you ain't lost a whole lot of money, you ain't made a whole lot of mistakes, get your butt on out there. Cause you ain't did nothing.
You gotta pay your dues.
Pay your dues. Pay your dues. So Miss Barbara Woodard, we on the right track. Because we sure have lost a whole lot of money and made a whole lot of mistakes.
Amen with the Everetts. Oh my bejesus.
Yes. So those of you who know, I'm also the proud owner of Natural Living by Design. And I have a wonderful and amazing guest today that I thought would be very inspirational and could give hope to those that may be, older, or those who, even the young generation. So I asked my wonderful, amazing business partner as well as mother to be my guest on the show. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to sharing a lot of information regarding my mom and her diligence, her determination throughout my childhood up until becoming a very instrumental business partner. But before I do that, I really would like to share this video. If you could give me the power. I've got the power. Okay.
I like this.
Thank you.
Given, and it was called the check.
Okay. Can you see my
There was a point in life where I had money problems.
Can you see it?
No.
Oh, you can't see it? Okay. Let's see. There we go. Now can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I've been introduced to this young lady. This girl is bad. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, she's really gave me a lot of hope. And, to help me step out of my comfort zone as Madam Finance. But this right here, I thought was really, really amazing to share, is because she's talking about one of my favorite books, Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks, Ask and It Is Given, How to Manifest Your Heart's Desire. So this is really, really, I thought was really, really amazing. And this is a game, and I forgot this was in the book. And I had started off doing it, and I ended up having difficulties as well. So here we go.
I wouldn't pay my bills on time, had bad credit, everything. Fast forward, I overcame those problems. But then I realized I had a different type of money problem. I had a problem with having money. I did this exercise in Abraham Hicks' book, Ask and It Is Given, and it was called the check exercise. And so here's how it works. You have to envision that you have a check with your name on it for $1,000. You have to walk to the bank and envision you depositing that check in the bank. And now the money's there. And you have to use it. It has to empty the account. So for example, I walk to the bank, I use Bank of America, I deposit the check, and now I have $1,000. I use the $1,000 to pay off my Nordstrom's credit card. Boom, it's gone. Then you get a check for $2,000. You have to continue depositing the money, and you have to envision it actually happening, walking to the bank, depositing the money, and boom, you have $2,000. But you have to use the $2,000. So I go to the bank, I change my outfit, I'm walking to the bank, I deposit the check for $2,000. And I use the $2,000 to pay down my Bloomingdale's credit card. It's gone. And then you get a check for $3,000. And you have to do the exact same exercise, but you have to utilize the $3,000. It has to leave the account. And you keep doing that exercise over and over and over and over. So in the beginning, it was easy. I paid off all my debt. I bought a house. I went on a bunch of vacations. I invested a bunch of money. I bought an investment property. I invested for my niece. Everything was paid off. I paid my rent early. I did so much. But I got to the check that was $31,000 and I got stuck. Literally stuck. And I didn't know what to do with the 31,000. So I did a check for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, all the way to 31,000. And I didn't know what to do with the money. And I froze. And in that moment, I realized that my dreams weren't big enough, that I would say I wanted to be a millionaire, but I didn't know how to spend or use $1 million. And in that moment, I realized I gotta think bigger. I felt uncomfortable with having so much money coming to me so fast, which actually contradicts everything that I say, but it's not reflecting what it is I feel. And so I challenge everybody to do this exercise. And so whenever I do talks, I always do this exercise with the audience. And here's what happens. Sometimes people try to speed through the process and don't really feel the feeling of having that much money, depositing the money, investing the money, spending the money, buying whatever it is that you do when you get that money, because you have to envision the entire process. So when I paid my credit card, I envisioned logging into Nordstroms.com and paying down the credit card. You have to feel it, so it takes time to do. So some people try to speed through the process because it was uncomfortable to feel the feeling of having money. Some people told me they got anxiety because the money was coming so fast because they weren't used to having that kind of money. And some people couldn't even get to a $31,000 check like me, which makes you realize you can say you want to have money, but you don't know what to do with that type of money. And so I realized I had a money problem with having money. I wasn't comfortable with having a lot of money. And so now what I do is every week, it's really uncomfortable for me to do it every single day. But like once a week, I'll do the exercise and I'll grow my vision. I'll build my business bigger. I'll buy more properties. I'll travel in a different type of way, because you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. I want $1 million, but am I a millionaire on the inside? I guess I'm not, because I don't know how to spend more than a $31,000 check. And so I encourage everybody to do this exercise and really feel the feeling of what it's like to have money coming in, because your mind can't tell the difference. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. Become a millionaire on the inside, and your outside world will reflect the life of someone who has $1 million.
All righty then.
What did y'all think about that?
Don't believe that.
Hold on.
Yeah, I see where that could happen.
Yes.
Definitely see where that could happen.
Love it.
Yeah, so I remember doing that exercise,
Yeah,
and
before. Yeah,
it ended quickly.
Yes. Yes.
It ended
Exactly.
quickly because,
yeah.
it got uncomfortable. I don't know. And I don't even think I got to 30. I can't remember what I got to. I can't remember what I got, but I do remember it was becoming uncomfortable. And then, like, what am I gonna do with the money? Like, what I'm gonna do with the money? So I want to say I went beyond the 31,000, but I can't say for sure. Because I always had these big dreams to do these things, but I do remember stopping because I'm like, your mind got stuck. Like, I couldn't go no further. And so when I couldn't go no further, I pretty much stopped the exercise. And so I just thought that was very profound. That's a really good exercise to do. I even still have checks here because I used to do it all the time, different checks that I want to manifest. That's on my vision board on my door for different businesses. I thought that was really, really pretty cool. And I just want to share one more video. This girl is really awesome. I've been watching her lately. I was introduced to her maybe actually last month. And then I went to a couple of her classes, free classes, and listen to her. This girl is bad. I'm like, okay, now this is good. I'm like, oh, I need to step up my game because I know a lot of the information she was giving and sharing. I know the same identical information. It's about delivering, it's about delivering. It's about having more self-confidence, what I'm saying, in yourself, because sometimes we lack a little bit of self-confidence. Sometimes, talking to different people who I've been mentoring lately, that's why I'm saying we, because that's one of the issues, and fear, even if you fear being fearful, you should do it anyway, because fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. So do it anyway. So, and I think, to getting that book out again, if anybody has never read Asking It Is Given, How to Manifest Your Heart's Desire, is an incredible book, but it's one of those type of books that everyone is going to get something different out of it based off of where they are consciously, how open and how aware they are. They're going to get something different out of it. I remember one of my girlfriends, she's very aware and open consciously. And I asked her, did she ever read that book? This was years ago. And she said, yes. She said, I've been introduced to that book, but when I got introduced to that book, she wasn't ready for it. And so it was kind of like, a little bit too much for her. And then years later, the book was reintroduced to her, and then she was able to get it. And so that's the type of book Asking It Is Given, How to Manifest Your Heart's Desire is. They also have it on audio book. And it also, and you can buy the book. So it was really, really, really an eye-opening for me. Because, I've been to church. I was raised in the church. And I just never heard things broken down the way they broke everything down. And one of the things that was so profound for me is when they said, and I know we've heard this over and over and over again, that we are made in the image and the likeness of God. Like everybody has heard that throughout their whole life, but I had never heard it the way they had broken down. And so they said, we're made in the image and the likeness of God, and God is a creator, and so are you. When I tell you, that just was like, wow, 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 that we are a creator as well. So we create our own experience and our own reality here on earth, and can't nobody do it but you. And God has given us everything that we need to live the life that we want to live. Like, this is your world. What are you going to do with it? This your world. I used to wake up and this is my world. Hey, Keisha, what you gonna do today? How you want to do it? What's good? Because this is my world. And we create our own experience and our own reality every day. We decide what we're gonna wear. We decide whether I'm gonna go to the grocery store or I'm gonna go to this class. I'm gonna take that class. I'm gonna do this. We create it every day, whether you realize it or not. I think it's just more so of us being more intentional about what we're creating, being more intentional about what we're creating. So I just want to share one more short video, and then I want to let the amazing Barbara Woodard, my wonderful business partner and mother, tell her story. So 1 second, I'm going to... Okay, let's see. Now, did y'all like that last one about the money? What did you think, Evelyn?
That made sense. It definitely made sense to me, because once you get to a certain amount, you're like, well, okay, because you're used to thinking small, actually. You and her breaking it down like that made me realize, yeah, you need to start thinking bigger. So
yeah. Joy, what did you think about it? Did you see it?
maybe working. Oh, there she go.
Yeah, I'm working.
Oh,
I
you
can't-
working, love?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here, but I'm not here.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, so I'm going to share this last one. Okay, can y'all see it?
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Okay, and where I'm trying to find us again. Here we go. I do apologize. Here we go. Is this it? Okay, let me. Okay, there we go. Okay, give me this.
There we
Okay,
go.
can y'all see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
We see it.
This is Ashley Fox again.
So I'm not saying do not
You don't hear it though.
invest in Black businesses, but look at Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna start from the beginning. Oh, that was the beginning.
So I'm not saying do not invest directly in Black businesses, but look at Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey invested in Weight Watchers stock, and that stock is excelling tremendously. And honestly, I think if I see a billionaire acquire wealth, and my core focus is to acquire wealth, success leaves clues. Why not just follow the blueprint? You got people like Robert Smith, who's in the financial industry, who is a billionaire, who invests as well. So it's not that we should not invest in our community, but sometimes we have people who don't have thousands of dollars to put into a real estate project, but they do have $100 and maybe $12, $13, $14 to invest in Disney because their child watches Disney. They're always watching sports and they're always watching ABC. So as opposed to people constantly making money off of our consumption, why not just get in the game with them so that we can grow our money, have more liquid assets available to then pool more of our money together to then invest in other Black projects.
The growth happens less on an individual basis, and this is something you mentioned before the break too, but the growth happens much less on an individual basis. If Susie over there, as you said, let's say Oprah over there, investing, that's great, but to have more people who maybe aren't on Oprah's level, but
Right, do smaller things.
Disney.
Right.
Let's say Oprah invests in Disney, but I also invest in Disney. You and Eric, we all invest in Disney. Well, now we're all a part of the growth that Disney experienced.
Right.
So collectively, the Black community is stronger because we all. The Black community is stronger not because we pulled our funds together and invested in a bodega across the way,
Right.
but because we all are now a part of the train, the economic train that is.
So here's the other thing too, and this is something that I learned on Wall Street. If you have 100% of your assets, meaning 100% of what you are worth, not the money you spend your bills with, 10% should be in cash, meaning cash equivalent. So it could be under your mattress in a checking account or a savings account. 10% of your assets should be in an alternative investment. An alternative investment is an investment that is 5 to 7 to 10 years plus where you'll get a return. So for example, let's take Amplify. If you said, Ashley, I want to invest in Amplify, let's say you give me $50,000. You're not going to see a quick return tomorrow. It's going to take Amplify 5, 10, 20 years to turn you into a billionaire, i.e. Facebook. So that's considered an alternative investment. Things like real estate, things like private investments, things like investing in a bodega. You won't see a quick return that fast. But then you have marketable securities, which are like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, insurance investments, annuities. 80% of a wealthy person, a billionaire, millionaire, 80% of their assets should be invested in a marketable security. And if your money is imbalanced, you have more money in cash, we take that money and we invest it into more marketable securities. So I'm not saying that we should not invest in actual businesses in our community. However, that should not be 100% of our net worth, because that is not how billionaires operate. 100% of your money can go amongst different investments, but I will not take 100% of my assets and go invest in the bodega. And granted, yes, that's a great investment. I'm not going to take 100% of my money and invest it in real estate, because those are illiquid assets. So when things go wrong, you cannot pull your money out of those businesses. But it takes 2 seconds for me to sell my money out of the stock market and get cash. So I'm not saying that we should not invest in Black businesses. By no means am I not saying that. But I am saying, if you're talking to the mother who is on welfare, you're talking to the person that makes $50,000 a year, who feels like they do not have enough money to invest, and they're always spending their money, or they're always going shopping, and they feel like they cannot do something, they need to invest somehow, some way. And I think people investing in stocks and things of that nature don't feel like they're qualified to do it.
I think, that is that's not a superficial concept right there. That's not one of those things. Sometimes people say, well, I get this question, should I invest in the stock market, or should I?
But it doesn't have
question. I understand what your own personal.
It's not, we need to invest. It could be a mutual fund, an ETF, an index fund, an insurance policy, an annuity. But when I say the word stock market, that just means you are investing some sort of money into a company, a publicly traded company. So like,
What did y'all think about that? Because, we do need to have a plan. The whole thing is to have a plan, and we can accomplish anything with a plan. And so, taking baby steps, the Bible says, despise not small beginnings. So we have to, begin somewhere. And so yeah. So what did you think about it, Sam? Welcome, Miss Mac. Welcome, Riola, Sharonda, everyone, Evelyn.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm on vacation. It's my birthday. I'm in Atlanta with my daughter. But that was awesome information. I have my pad out, girl. I started jotting down my notes.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. We stand in a 5 story mansion in Macon, Georgia.
Awesome.
Awesome.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. But I got my pen out and I'm going to start. I got my 3 to 5 year investment that she said. I got money under the mattress. And I'm going to start. Yeah, she's right. You should have some money under the mattress. I started that. You should have some money and so I'm going to start. My daughter just told me, Mom, you can invest. I just made $800 off this company, just putting $100 in. So she's right. You gotta step out on faith and not be scared and start investing in these companies. These companies that's on the New York Stock Exchange, like she said. That's just publicly trade. It's publicly trading. Yes, that's good information, sis.
Yeah. And my children, Yusuf and Jabril, is 25, and I think Yusuf is 29. 26, Jabril 26, going to be 27 in a couple of weeks. He'll be 27. Yusuf is 29. And so now they're at the age that they want to invest. And they're looking at all of these things on the internet. So, you have to be careful with all the information that you are receiving from here. And I told them, during their age, like dividend stocks, like start off with dividend stocks to actually, pay you, a return. And then they do have brokerage accounts where you don't have to pay a whole 500. You can pay fractional, amount and own stock, and you don't have to have the whole $500. So it makes it very affordable. And one of the companies that I've always liked was Fidelity. And so you are able to buy stock in increments. And so that is something that I'm going to be talking about, a lot more about, financial literacy and about more investing, because it's not too late. Sometimes we think we're older and that it's too late. It's not too late. And that is the reason why I had Miss Woodard on here today to show you that it can be done. And so, yes, she is my business partner and also my mom. And she was very much inspirational to me, because a lot of people don't know that as I was growing up, you know, now don't get upset, but I would consider I was brought up on welfare. Okay, so we was considered the poor family based off of my family. We was considered the poor family, right? And so but then I look at some of my relatives, and why they weren't the poor families, because they were doing a lot of unethical things, and doing a lot of different things, but not my mom. I was brought up in a very clean household, always had a good meal. Her goal was to be a singer, so she made a record at the age of
19.
19. That was her dream.
18, actually 18, yeah.
18. And then at the time, my mom had not graduated from high school. And so I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell your story, because some people, she had 3 children. We had 3 children. She had 3 children. We were all 5 years apart. Even though we had a clean house, we had everything, but we were blessed because she had a wonderful father and an amazing aunt who we didn't feel poor, because they made sure that we had Christmases, birthdays. I mean, she had a wonderful support system. But what was amazing, that I remember me and my mom was in college at the same time. So that was kind of unusual. But go ahead, because sometimes I had to ask her, getting ready to do the book with co-author with Kevin Harrington. A lot of things came out of the questions and different things that they had asked. And so one of the things, I had called her up real late, and I was like, Mom, what made you still want to finish school? What made you want to, after having 3 kids, being on with, what made you want to continue? So, Miss Woodard, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take that.
Before you were born, and she's the oldest child, before she was born, I was determined to get my high school diploma. And I always, learning was not easy for me. And as a child, I had a lot of adult responsibilities, because now I'm getting ready to cry. My mother was sick the majority of my life. She had a heart condition. And so it was 4 of us, me and 3 brothers, and we had to be separated because at a young age, she had her first stroke. She had 2 strokes. The first one, she recovered from, because it was mild. The second one was, it left her speech impaired, and use of her whole left side was paralyzed. So I had a lot of responsibilities. We were separated out, but I was there with her. It was just me and my mother. And so which was a good thing in a sense, because I learned how to pay bills, because I was, I had to learn how to wash clothes. And but I kind of resented it, because I didn't have that kind of a childhood. And so I didn't do well in school, because most of the time she was scared to be at home by herself, because she was, she was sick. And so I stayed out of school a lot, but I was determined to get my high school diploma. So the majority of my life, I have been in school, and like I'm in school right now, taking online courses.
Barbara, bring your camera down just a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. So, you're never too old to learn. And one thing I learned in social work is that every time we learn something new, we build brain cells to cover what we just learned. So, it's important that we continue to learn different things and to grow, and we never stop growing, and so I want to encourage everyone to never give up learning new and difficult things, because when you do that, you're also building brain cells, and Alzheimer's won't be your issue.
So one of the things, growing up, I remember even while I was in high school, if I'm not mistaken, that you were taking a class at a time, because a lot of kids used to was like, how's everybody? Your mama's still in school. Your mama's still in school. Your mom, like all through high school, seemed like even middle school. Was I in middle school when you first started going back to school?
No, because I got my high school diploma when you were like, I think you were 5 years old, because I was pregnant with Terry.
Oh, okay.
When I walked across the stage. Yes. Yeah.
So I remember, while going to school, like she was my inspiration, because she was also in school. And so she was able to be able to, to help me, with my homework. I mean, she was always there, always being, very supportive. But it was really odd, kind of, being in college, and my mother is in college, at the same time. That was like, your mom in college? Yeah, my mom in college.
Yeah, after I got my high school diploma, I wanted to go further. I wanted to get my bachelor's degree. So I got my bachelor's degree, but I had to wait. I started out at Wayne WC3, and because I had a problem with babysitters. I had these two kids, and my LaKeisha was an easy child to raise, but my boys were difficult children. And if I knew that if I didn't want to watch them, nobody else wanted to watch them. So I would never put them on nobody, so I started WC3. I decided, well, I'm going to finish this class, but I'm not going to, I have 2 classes at a time, but I'm not going to, when I finish it, I'm just going to wait until he gets in school. My first son gets in school full-time, full-time, and then I'll go back. And then I got pregnant with the other boy, and he was worse. He was worse than the first one. And that was, those boys were the reason why I chose social work, because when they were coming up, my Keisha would always beat up my oldest son, because she thought that he was messing with the baby son. But in going through, I put us in family counseling, and I learned that it was not, my oldest son was not the problem. It was my baby son that was the problem. And so I asked the counselor, I said, you know what? I can do this, So I decided, I could do this kind of work. After going through the family counseling, I knew I could do that kind of work. Yeah. And so after my baby son got in school full time, I said I'm gonna kick the door open at University of Detroit, and that's where I went and got my bachelor's degree. And after I got my bachelor's degree, I wanted my master's degree. And if I had had the money to continue, I would be a lawyer today. But I used up all my free money. So, because it would only taken 3 more years and I could have got a law degree, so so I'm still learning. I'm still in school. I'm still trying to learn new things. My next class that I'm going to take is going to be AI.
That's wonderful.
And so, being in school, going to college and seeing her continue to want to expand and to grow, it kind of rubbed off on me also that I wanted to expand and grow. And then I wanted to have, us to have a better lifestyle than what we had, growing up. So, being young, at the time, no kids or anything like that, my income I had some great jobs coming out of college. Still wasn't really working in my field because a lot of times we go to school and it was amazing how everybody was getting their degrees, but nobody worked in their field that they went to school for. And I know we probably got our master's degree around the same time. I think you might have got your master's degree a little bit,
1990.
Okay, yeah.
1989, I got my bachelor's degree, and my grades I was able to go to Wayne State University with advanced standing because I had a 3.0 grade point average. That's all you needed. It was a little bit better than 3.0, but that was all you needed in order to get my master's degree in 1 year rather than 2 years.
So she was able to get that. So when she was getting her master's degree, I was getting my bachelor's degree. And then it took me a while before I went back due to a failed marriage, having a business as my first business, because I always had a dream of having a business. So my first business, I didn't care what it was. I didn't know exactly what that was, but I always had that desire to one day have a business. And I don't know where that desire came from because it's not like we grew up on welfare. We didn't have no business people that was around to show you how to become a business owner. I still today, I'm like, where did that gumption come from? Like, where did that desire come from? I didn't have a business person to show me. Business wasn't even a conversation in our household. And so that's why, building natural living by design is like really, really, so important. And so when I had the opportunity to have my first business, which was a restaurant business with my first husband, I was so excited, because he gave me the opportunity. He had a dream and I just wanted to, I get a chance to have my business. Oh, I get a chance to have my business. And it was doing so well. But as you know, money can change people. And so I just want to encourage you once you, get that success, because all of us have dreams and goals. I see, Sandra, Star, everybody, Evelyn, Queen of Duty, Riola, we all have those, those dreams. So let's just make sure that we stay humble and don't let money change you, because money can really change you. And that's what it did to my ex-husband. He got the big head because we were young, and to be able to make all this money, while we were young, you got to be able to handle it, because with money becomes power. And you have to know how to handle that power. And people will do things, just to stay connected to you, or just for, that money. So you just have to, make sure that you stay close and inclined, with God. And so I always I always did that and maintained and stayed, humble. But, money did change my husband to the point that we ended up eventually, getting into a divorce, and then me having to start all over from scratch. with 2 kids, myself figuring out like, what am I gonna do now? The only thing I did know, the best revenge is being successful. So that's all I'm gonna say. We don't regret.
I used to have a sign, success is the best revenge. I put it over the door.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why natural living by design is really, really so important to us, because it's bigger than us. Not having anyone to show us, to guide us, just like I was very ambitious and determined at a young age, I know that there are other children, young ladies, just like I was, who has the same drive and ambition, but just don't have anybody to show them. Yes, Queen.
Barbara, didn't you aren't you working on a book or something, herbs and things like that?
Yes. I have a lot on my plate right now. I do have my rough draft, but I haven't really done anything more yet.
Mhm.
So the medicine cabinet in our kitchen is the name of the book.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, because every herb that we have on our shelves can be used for healing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't have I'm in the process of moving, so I have a lot those things I have packed up.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't go to it and share some of what black pepper will do for you, and
give us an example.
well, I make tea out of the herbs in my kitchen.
Mhm.
And in our and I've started earlier this year, I started putting the teas on our website, Natural Living by Design's website, on how to
The
how to
blogs. You mean the
huh?
blogs? You mean the
Yeah,
blog?
yeah. So can you pull up one, Keisha,
Pull up a blog.
with the tea? Yeah, and I'm using the teas from we have a line of liquid herbal supplements. So I'm using those supplements because you can make tea out of them, and you get the same result. Can you?
Well, I'm looking for I'm looking, searching. Let's see if I can search for. Okay, first let me share the screen, then maybe you can help me real quick.
Okay.
Well, I think I know that, if you're using turmeric as your turmeric tea, pepper helps you absorb
Absolutely.
the turmeric.
Yes, that's
better.
true. Absolutely. Add a little
Definitely have to
pepper.
See, and I was staying away from pepper. You talking about black pepper?
Yeah.
Because I heard that it hardens your arteries. And so, you get all these different things, and you definitely, when it says something negative, you want to
Green
stay
tea,
away
Keisha.
from it, but you don't know what,
Green tea.
you don't know the positive things as well, or how to balance that out. I would love for you to come back and talk about what you have accomplished.
Okay.
Yeah, though what are you doing now? I would love for you to come back and share that.
Oh, sure. Okay,
So,
Keisha.
You
Green
can put them out.
is this the one, the health benefits of green tea? Is that
Yeah.
I just bought some green tea yesterday.
You're gonna come back tomorrow to be continued?
I can't do it tomorrow.
Friday?
I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, part-time.
next week, I don't know if she has somebody, but anyway, schedule something with LaKeisha to come
Okay.
back.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And that way you can get all your stuff together.
Oh,
your
okay, that'll be,
presentation.
yeah.
I would love
Because
to.
like I
hear.
say,
You
I
can
got
have next Thursday. You can have next Thursday. I just bought some green tea. And I was looking at deciding between the black tea and the green tea because so I said I'm gonna start out with the green tea.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's been very instrumental on our blog. So we've been doing a lot of blogs, and we've made a blog on almost every single. We have over a line of over 70 liquid herbal extracts, supplements, powders. So I see you, Star. Supplements. And so she has been excellent in doing our blogs. And so this is one of our supplements, which is our green tea that you see.
Mhm.
The information, and then we've learned from a mentor how to better like brand ourselves, to make ourselves more noticeable out here in the in the internet. So as she finished doing the blog, there's always like a picture behind us. This is a technique that he taught us to make sure that no matter what article they can find out more about us. So we always have a picture up under that us who we are, and it also tells our story. And so this has been our routine, our mission, who we are, on every single last blog that you do. So that truly, I believe, has really helped us to increase our sales also, to be able to find out more, more about us. But this is one of the blogs that she does, and we have our hashtags, at the end of it, and then we talk about the different products. And so this is one of the blogs that she has done, and she has written over 70 over 70 different blogs. So blogging is still important. A lot of people say, oh no, they don't really pay a lot of attention to blogs. But when you look at all these big businesses, millionaires and billionaires, and these big corporations, they're still blogging. So guess what? If they're still blogging, we need to still be blogging. Star, you have your hand up.
Yes. Can you see me? Oh.
Yeah.
I Queen will say, can you come on camera? Okay. This is in reference to what LaKeisha was saying earlier, that what each one of us is carrying, we will be successful if we so desire, because no one can stop us but us.
Right.
Okay. And because we will be successful, we must make sure that we are ready when that success comes. And the way that we get ready is by talking to God, because God knows the journey.
Yeah.
And God knows what we need to be ready when that success comes. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yes, because in the Bible it says God is no respecter of persons. So everybody's going to get their time and chance. The key is to stay in the game. To stay in the game. Ain't that right, Sandra Mack? Stay in the game.
Don't give up. You
Stay in the
cannot
game,
give
stay in the
up.
game. Don't give up, mother.
Don't give up. No matter how difficult it is, like another thing that our mentor says is, a quitter never wins, a winner never quits.
That's right, mother.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No matter how long it takes, just continue chopping away at it, little bits and pieces at a time,
Yeah.
and you'll complete it. Yes.
People are waiting on us. to get our acts
Mhm.
together. People are waiting on us. They need us. They need your skills. They need your wisdom. You know, they need your love, your kindness. They need you. And so we do have a responsibility. We can't keep living life as though we have 1,000 years to live. It's time to step up. It's time to, you know, to manifest more in 2024. Your success is in the routine. You know,
Mhm.
have a successful routine, a daily routine. What is your weekly routine, your monthly routine? Like, what
Mhm.
is it? Because it all has its place. Like as far as your finances, okay, you might want to start adding all the things that you spent, like getting a handle on how much am I spending? What am I spending? You might only want to do that once a month. You know, so you have your daily routine, your weekly routine, you know, and your monthly routine. And I just declare success on each and every one of us, and that
Yeah.
lives that we're touching, you know,
Mhm.
they're going to be blessed. They're going to be blessed because of who we are and what we're doing. And I say continue because it's bigger than us. This is
Yeah.
really bigger than us and our immediate family. And it is 10:03.
Mhm.
Oh, I have
And
my hand
it's,
up right quick.
yeah, who? Oh, yes, Star.
I'm, I, I'm, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. However, after I said I was complete, the Holy Spirit said something else. And she said that just talking to God is not enough. You must listen to what God tells you to do and then do what he says.
Awesome.
Yes.
Powerful.
I believe now I am complete.
Oh, do something towards your business every day. Make moves. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to make that phone call. Don't be scared to walk in that door. Don't be scared to talk to that person. Talk if they breathing, you talk to them.
Ooh,
Amen.
Yeah, I
that
want
was
to
good.
add, yeah, and I just want to add that people are waiting on us. That's true. But let's celebrate those that we have touched right now.
Yes, yes,
Celebrate that right now because they were waiting on us 6 years
yes,
ago, a year ago. And so
yes.
we have to celebrate the now, who we are talking to and who we are doing for and how we are receiving things and that right now, because that's all we have is now, right? And
Yeah.
so that in itself prepares us for those that are our new nouns,
Mm-hmm.
our new nouns. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
being present.
Yeah, we are doing wonderful things right now.
Yes, that is.
You know, that's why I want to hear more about, because I've heard about what you're doing, Barbara. So don't feel bad about the past and the decisions that you have to make, because that is why you are who you are right now. And I totally admire you. I totally, totally get, you know, what you have. That's the path. That was the path that made you keep going for more and more and more. And I honor your education and that you are not through yet.
And I provide. I want her to
Thank
have
you.
a lot of
Thank you.
success with her senior corner. You know, her senior corner, because a lot of seniors just have lost hope. I go to a lot of buildings, they've lost hope. They don't think that it's any way to change their financial situation. And it is just not, you know, just not true.
So
And so
what's a
I
senior
thank you.
corner? What is that?
That is my website that I'm working on, been working on for a while. And it's educational website, informational website that I want to do for seniors. For example, I want to put inspirational messages on there, information regarding Social Security information, regarding
Resources.
Yeah, yeah,
resources, yeah.
yeah. So
More
next
like a
week,
directory.
you'll either be on your daughter's show or you will be on Mama Evelyn's show. You
Okay.
get to choose. Evelyn is like, all right.
All right, so it is 10:07. I want to thank you all for, coming, because I know you could all been doing something different, different. And I just appreciate you. I love you all. And let's hug ourselves and love ourselves, because everything does begin with self-love. I love to kiss myself. Let's hug the world, because the world needs hugs too. And let's just sprinkle some love, peace, and happiness all over and sprinkle all over the world, because it's all about being happy and feeling good and following your bliss.
Peace out.
Peace out.